Hey everyone, it's Kirsten, and I wanted to share my experience that I just had last weekend at the Lincoln Marathon in Lincoln, Nebraska. It was my 46th marathon and my 22nd state in my 50 states for marathons, and it was a really good experience. The Lincoln Marathon is a great marathon. I think there was about 15,000 people who did the marathon and half, and the majority of those were half because after the half split off from the full, it was like very lonesome. So I think there ended up, I don't know how many total people did the marathon. On the results, there was like 460 women, I think. So probably, and then maybe the same amount of men. But anyway, the whole experience was great. The whole weekend was great. I stayed with my cousin Jenny, who lives in Lincoln. She's done the race before, and she has lots of friends who have done the race before. So I didn't need to figure anything out. She did it all for me. She got me a ride to the race. During the race, her and her friends and family, they cheered me on throughout the race. I saw them 4 different times. She picked me up from the race. It was just really nice and really easy. So a few things I loved about the race. One is there are spectators pretty much everywhere, especially the first half. The first half, there's just spectators everywhere. So you never feel alone. There's always tons of people. There's big crowds, music blaring, and people with tons and tons of signs and screaming and cheering. The whole town was really supportive and really got behind the race. The aid stations were great, tons and tons of stuff, lots of options, great volunteers, lots of volunteers. So that part was really good. Packet pickup was easy. Getting to the race start was easy. It ends in the Memorial Stadium on the 50-yard line, which is really cool. And so the race itself is a great race. If you're a first timer, it's good because there's lots going on, lots of action. And the weather was nice. It was in the 80s and humid. So it was hotter than what I was used to. And I guess it was hotter than it normally is this time of year. But hey, I'm making a video. And sorry, my dog wanted to get in on the action. But they kept lots of, especially for the marathon in the places that didn't have very much shade and trees, they had lots of ice chests and buckets of ice and people handing out cups of ice. So it was really, really nice. It was a little windy, but that happens. I just don't like the wind. So as far as my race went, I feel really good about the race. I didn't really train specifically for the race. I was just randomly running and doing a lot of swimming. About 5 or 6 weeks before the race, I did 2 back-to-back marathons. So I kind of considered that my long run. And then in between the marathons and this, I raced 2 half marathons, a 10K and a 5K. And then other than that, during the week, I would do between 3 and 10 miles of a combination of running and walking. So that was all the training I did. So I wasn't really, I didn't really know what to expect. I always hope for the best and I always hope I'm going to kick ass. But, I'm not, before the race, I was like, okay, I wouldn't be surprised if I didn't because I didn't train properly. So race morning, I felt pretty good. I had my regular breakfast, a shake. And then I was sipping E&E just before the race. And it was we went off in waves, and my wave started around 7:10. And I don't wear a watch when I race anymore, so I didn't really know what the timing was. But they had a timing mat every 5K, which is really cool. So so I found out later through the amazing results, they send out the most detailed, amazing results spread. It's like your time every 5K, your pace every 5K, what place you are in your age group every 5K, which place you are in your gender and overall every 5K, and then how many people you passed between 5Ks. And then at the end, they take the last 10K from mile 20 to 26.2 and tell you how many people you passed and then how many people passed you. And then it has your gender graded results and your overall result. It's awesome for us numbers geeks. So anyway, that's reason enough to do the race. So I felt really good starting. I started at 7:10. I started off, I felt really, really strong, for the first half. And I found out I finished the half at about 1:49. And then after a couple miles, like maybe mile 15, I just started getting really tired. My joints were achy. So my stride was a little jacked up. So, I just felt kind of tight and I kept trying to relax. It was hot, but I think I did a good job of keeping myself cool. I was just constantly dumping ice and water over my head and keeping myself wet. So I think the main thing is I just didn't do enough long running because I didn't prepare my joints for the pounding of 26.2 miles. So anyway, I slowed down. So then the next 5K was more like a 8.5 minute pace. Then the next 5K was like a 9 minute pace, and then a 9.5 minute pace, and then a 10 minute pace. So anyway, I ended up finishing, in 3:59:57. So still under 4 hours, which I'm always really happy with under 4 hours. And so I went away and my stomach was amazing. Like I had no problems digestively, which is, not always the case. So, I ate these ginger chews and this like cherry and apple bar. Two of those, the ginger chews. I took this Yerba Mate shot, which was disgusting tasting. I just thought I'd try it. It was like that caffeine thing and it was so gross, but it didn't upset my stomach. So that was good. And then, the Gatorade they had on the course, starting at mile 6, every aid station, I just drank a cup. Oh, at the aid stations, I know this is like not great for the environment, but they had a lid and a straw on every single cup. So you run by and you could actually drink your Gatorade while you're running, which was brilliant and loved it. So, anyway, it was a great to finish in the stadium, lots of people cheering. And so all in all, an awesome race. I would definitely do it again, after I finish all my other states. And, I had a great experience. So, what I was going to say is before my next marathon, which is in 6 weeks, I am going to do like 4 long runs because that was the thing I took away from the whole experience is that, I feel really strong running right now up to about 15 miles. So I need to do a handful of like 18 to 20 mile runs. So I'm going to do that before my next one, which is in 6 weeks in Missouri. And I'll tell you how that goes. And that's it. All right. Talk to you soon. Bye.